It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it is time for football here at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it will be the Denver Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by my partner, Charles Davis. Charles, these Browns, no other way to say it, they took a step back last year. And what do you think that they need to do to get back to the playoffs while competing in a tough AFC North?
They need to get back to the identity that their head coach established a couple seasons ago. A hard running game, consistent play from their quarterback, and then they have new management on the defensive side of the ball. They'll try and get after you in the pass rush.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hoping to get this offense on track in year 2 under Russell Wilson. Charles, I wouldn't have believed this. They were the lowest scoring offense in the league last year, just 16.9 points per game.
And that means you have to change things up, and they certainly have. You talk about operating under new management. This team certainly is. I expect this offensive production to really rise. And Russell Wilson, I think we'll see much more of the Russell Wilson we've seen in the past.
Now the NFL's third leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
More the motion man right. They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now we're a first down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 53 yards. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. But the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And I think that even after a decade in the NFL, he doesn't get enough credit for not just his consistency, but his brilliant play and leadership as well. He's won a Super Bowl in Seattle. He's led his team to another Super Bowl opportunity also in Seattle. His numbers are always terrific, almost always in the Pro Bowl, and all his team does is win. This guy's a natural leader.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Wilson.
Oh, come
His
on.
throw here is going to be incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this run?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he's going to have the Broncos first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Wilson going to change things up here. Wilson on first down. Firing quickly, but it's
incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
On second down, Williams.
Good block.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a third and short, 3rd and 1.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams.
Oh, man, kick that other guy.
He tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And this time complete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense that looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Well, almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the first down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with 4th down and 1. They run. It's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Out of the pistol, here's
And
Williams.
I found that dude,
And he'll
man.
fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring out the third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Wilson. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Marr able to put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And you see the last drive, great chunk of yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Watson, a bootleg.
Can't put it there. There you go.
Escapes the defender. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Watson.
Oh, shit.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. To throw is Watson.
What is it? Damn it. Give me that.
He tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A toss to the wide side. This is Williams.
Damn, block him.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third down and 6. Wilson wants a different look. On third down, Wilson. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football. Now zapped right back in the other direction. A Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, come on.
Connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may come too early.
I ain't see you, dog.
Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his routes so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw.
He's
got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
And a pass complete to Moore. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Oh, he might not make this. Hold on.
You weren't able to send this one through.
This is unrealistic. New York can't make the goal.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
Totally unrealistic.
So far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Oh, doggone it.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Damn.
The Broncos in their hurry up, trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive left a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
That's taken in by Dosich. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Jerry Jeudy. And all the way.
Okay, take something back I said about you.
Jerry Jeudy, 84 yards. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. I heard
Cuff running down the sideline like that.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches a football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Now Watson, he's going to move him around. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson.
Oh, good block.
He's taken down. It was Frank Clark that time.
Where to go, though?
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage.
Oh, man, right in the middle of the damn secondary.
Take off and go. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
They got 29 yards that time.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back to throw, Watson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They give the Chubb out of the gun, fighting him off. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. Nice run there, 8 yards. Moves them much closer to the goal line now for third down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
There you go. 2 for 2 on field goal. Talk about totally unreal.
So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this third quarter, as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
On the return, here comes...
Ooh, right through the middle. They completely missed that guy.
Smith.
Whoa.
It's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Yeah, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Watson's throw taken in by Cooper.
Come on, man.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now a first down throw, Watson. Rifles one. That's going to be intercepted.
All right, here we go.
The Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Broncos.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to an end. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Now Wilson changing the play. Throwing on first down. Wilson.
Oh, come on.
It's incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Slot man moves right. On the counter.
Ooh.
And that play
Don't block nobody.
nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nice call on the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Try to shake off the interception.
Ooh.
Before that last pass, 2 interceptions had already been thrown. And this last one tipped in the air, which means everyone on defense is almost fighting each other in order to get to the football to try and make it a 3rd. Once you've thrown a couple, it's almost like a swarm of bees going after the ball. And in this case, they weren't able to get there before it fell to the ground.
Come on, man.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
To the air yet again, Watson.
Get in there. There you go.
Pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Frank Clark able to get in there for his
That's too
second
fast
sack
for you,
of the
Frank.
afternoon.
All right. I see what.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to work with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 2. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Wilson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They run it again.
Good block, good block, good block.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run it in with Burton, and he tries to power forward, but he will
good
not
game,
get
y'all.
back
Good
to the
game.
line of scrimmage.
West Michigan and the Broncos take the game.
Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They play turnover free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football that led to the victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
Shot right through the middle. He was off to the races. That was a game changer right there. Here's the other one. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. There we go. Zoom out. Yeah, I can't see that now. There you go. Duty, right over the middle. Good game.